All right, we got the NFL Conference Championships coming up on this weekend. We're going to look at the games, find some prop picks to play. We're starting with the Washington Commanders at Philadelphia Eagles. What do I expect from this game? I expect it to be tight. I know the Commanders just put up a bunch of points on Detroit, but the Eagles' defense is not Detroit's defense. They're going to have a pass rush. They're going to stop some of the passing. They're going to stop some of the rushing. It's going to be a tight game. Jalen Hurts might be a little bit hurt. I'm a little bit concerned about that. But we got Superman Saquon Barkley. Might be able to carry the team to the Super Bowl. Let's take a look at the props, see what we do. So Daniels in the playoffs has gone 268 and 299. 2 touchdowns in both the games. So this 222 is very inviting. It scares me because, like I said, the Eagles defense is playing well, but I think they will have to throw a little bit. I think 222 is reasonable. The Eagles gave up 212 to Jordan Love and 324 to Matthew Stafford, so they can be had. 222, I'm taking it. Jalen Hurts, on the other hand, has played 2 games in the playoffs here. Against Green Bay, he had 131. Against the Rams, he had 128. It looks like, to me, like Philly's willing to just hammer Saquon Barkley. I do believe Jalen Hurts is hurt. The end of the game there, his leg looked jacked up. So I like the under in this instance. So we got Washington, Terry McLaurin, 64.5. He's gone 89 and 87. I think he's going to get shut down. I think they're going to take away Terry McLaurin. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to rely on De'Ami Brown here. So it's over 44.5 for De'Ami Brown. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that's where the offense is going to have to go. Brown for the playoffs has gone 89 and 98, so he might be able to step up to the challenge. But I'm going to leave Terry McLaurin alone, and I'm going to take De'Ami Brown. I might even look into the alternate yards. 60 yards at plus 185 is nice. 70 yards plus 280. I mean, if you want to go crazy, go to 80 yards, 410. But I think that is their route to victory for Washington. Austin Eckler, he's gone 41-26 or 26 and 41. So this over 24.5 is very reasonable. And that's it for Washington. A.J. Brown's been on milk cartons. He had 1 for 10 and 2 for 14. So this 60, which is normally a breeze for A.J. Brown, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's a conflict. I don't know if it's an injury. I don't know if it's scheme. Something's going on with A.J. Brown. I'm taking the under. On the other hand, they seem to be looking at Devonta Smith. First game, he had 55. Second game, 21. I know neither of those numbers are any good. This isn't out of the realm of possibilities. Dallas Goedert, he's gone 47 and 56, so I'm fine with the 38. Now, this is the most ridiculous line I've seen. Saquon Barkley, 125, just to get your money back. Just to double your money. I don't think I've seen an over-under higher than this for a running back. And the crazy thing is, I think he's going to get it. Washington sucks versus the run. They gave up 77 to Bruce Irvin, and they gave up 105 to Jahmyr Gibbs. That was only on 14 carries. Saquon's been getting over 20 carries in the playoffs here. 25 for 119 and 26 for 205. I think this is the way they win the game. The Eagles ride Saquon Barkley to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to take the over. I hate it, but he's going to get some attempts. He's going to get some yards. This Jalen Hurts, if he is actually hurt, this 29.5 is going to be impossible for him, I believe, because it's his leg. So I don't think they're going to let him run. I don't think if he does run, he'll probably slide after a yard or two so he doesn't get hurt more. So I'd pay attention to the injury reports. If it sounds like his leg is jacked up, take the under. The Eagles have been giving up yards on the ground in the playoffs here. Josh Jacobs got 81. Kyren Williams got 106. Robinson had 77 last game. Eckler had 47 last game. So both these over-unders are in play. I don't know. I've been feeling Eckler in the playoffs, and this 18 doesn't scare me. I know I already got his receiving yards, but he seems to be a guy that they're relying on when the chips are down. I'm fine taking Austin Eckler here. And I think I'm going to leave it at that for the Washington game. We got Jaden Daniels over 222, Jalen Hurts under 176, De'Ami Brown over 44, Austin Eckler over 24.5 receiving, A.J. Brown under 60, Devonta Smith over 48, Dallas Goedert over 38, Saquon Barkley 125 plus, Jalen Hurts under 29.5 yards rushing. Again, listen to the injury reports before you play that. Austin Eckler over 18.5 rushing. On the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs, Josh Allen against Denver put up 272, and then against Baltimore at 127. This 230 is normally right in his range. I mean, he could be getting 250, he could be getting 300. I think this is going to be a tight game. I think you're going to see 2 coaches playing the clock. It's going to be possession heavy, control the ball, keep the other offense off the field. So what I might look at here, Josh Allen's passing, rushing. He's at 283 here for passing, rushing. So they've just plopped another 50 yards on. I think I'm leaving him alone. I know as big as Josh Allen is to this game, I think he's going to be right around this number. I think that rushing, adding the rushing in hurts because he might get 50, but that's still a big number. And Patrick Mahomes here, He had 177 last week versus the Texans, so I'm going to leave him alone as well. For the Bills, Khalil Shakir has stood out as their go-to receiver. He has 6 catches in both games, 6 for 61, 6 for 67. So this 55 is right in line with that. I'm perfectly fine taking Khalil Shakir here. Dalton Kincaid at 35. He didn't do much last week. 1 for 11. Versus the Broncos, he was 3 for 47. Dalton Schultz had 4 for 61 last week. So the tight end can get open. Schultz and Kincaid, similar level player. So I'm going to take the over. Amari Cooper didn't have a catch last week. Keon Coleman's had 1 catch in both games. Curtis Samuels finds some space in this offense. He had 2 for 9 last week. But the week before, it was 3 for 68. So if he gets 2 more looks this week, this 14.5 is very doable. I'm willing to go with that. And then on Kansas City side of the ball, I'm looking Travis Kelce. He put up 100 last week, 117. And the only other player to actually make some yards here was Worthy, and he had 45. I'm going to take the over, and I think that's where they're going to focus. Kelce, Worthy. So I don't see it making sense to pick anybody else. DeAndre Hopkins held catch list last week. I got Josh Allen here, 47.5. As much as I want to take that, I'm going to lay off. He had 20 last week. He had 45 versus Denver. I think this is his top. Like, if he gets 52 yards, that's a great game. I don't see him getting 60. And I don't want to pick the under because I think he's going to have to run a bit in this game. I think it's going to be a close game. I think you're going to see Josh Allen playing Superman and making some plays. But I think he's going to end up right around this number. So, I mean, over-under, give it a coin flip. Patrick Mahomes is going to leave alone. James Cook, I'll take the over. He's at 120 and 67 in the playoffs. He had 23 rushes and 17 rushes. So if that's the way they're going to go with controlling the clock, he's going to get some looks. I'm perfectly fine with 55.5. I think that's very achievable. Now, they don't have Ty Johnson here in either the rushing or receiving. Ty Johnson has been a player for the Bills. Maybe later in the week, closer to the game, you're going to see some numbers for him. I'm willing to take the overs unless like they're crazy numbers. But Ty Johnson should get some looks. Should be a difference in this game. Either way, if he succeeds, the Bills going to do well. If he drops balls, he doesn't get yards, they're not going to do well. I think Ty Johnson's a player for the Bills. You got to consider him when betting. Last week versus the Texans, we had Kareem Hunt with 8 rushes, Pacheco with 5. Hunt had 44. I'm fine with this 35 here. And Pacheco had 18. I mean, this is very achievable as well, but I'm going to lay off it. And I think I'm going to end it here with the Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. So we got Shakir, 55.5. Dalton Kincaid, 35.5 over it. Curtis Samuel, 14. Travis Kelce, 67. Xavier Worthy, 49.5. James Cook, 55.5. Kareem Hunt, 35.5. I took all the overs there. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a fun game. But you tell me what I get right, what I get wrong. Put it in the comments. What are you betting on this weekend? If you like gambling content, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll be here with daily videos for you. Good luck, and may the odds always be in your favor.